Little Rock Half Marathon 2024. Let's talk about how it went. Hello, fellow geeks, and welcome back to Running Geek Girl. My name is Heather, and I am glad you are here today. Those of you who have watched the channel for a while may remember that my first full marathon was the Little Rock Marathon in 2021, and we'll have a link up here in case you missed that video. This year, I decided to run the Little Rock Half Marathon, but I wasn't alone in this. I was going to meet up with some online friends of mine from Fandom Running Club, and we were all going to be running various races over the course of the weekend, but we were all going to meet together to just spend some time, hang out, eat different foods and stuff like that. So this was going to be a purely social weekend for me. Therefore, I didn't have any kind of pace or plan in mind. I was just going to run by feel, not push myself on the pace, and just enjoy the race atmosphere for the day. So let's take a look at how the weekend went. And here we are in Little Rock. I have parked and I am walking in the downtown area towards the Expo. Got to pick up my bib, meet up with a few people, and take a look around. Go see all of my fellow ambassadors at Rock City Running. And then it's just chill time until tomorrow morning. They are starting the race 2 hours earlier than predicted because we are expecting warm weather tomorrow. They'd like to get as many people off the course as they can before it gets hot. So thankfully, a friend of mine is letting me crash on her hotel room, and that way I don't have to get up at 3 in the morning. So yeah, that's where we're headed. Let's go to the Expo now. Good morning. It is race day. Had a great night's sleep, and now I'm just walking to the start line from the hotel. And today's just going to be a nice, fun, easy day. So let's enjoy it. Mission accomplished. I found Tracy. Good girl. Hello.
This is Addie.
Hi, Addie. Hello. Hello. Oh, hi, baby. Hi. Yeah. Oh. We are a little over 10 miles in, 3 miles to go. I've had a gel, I've had mimosas, I've had beer, I've had communion. This has been fun. Not putting any pressure on myself to meet any certain kind of time has really been fun. And it's time to wrap things up and get to that finish line.
Good job. Way to go.
Thank you.
Way to get style points.
All right.
Way to go.
Made it. Woo. And we're back at the hotel. We stayed and cheered for probably another hour or so, waiting for some more of our people to get in from our group. And we have one more that is still out on the course, but it's going to be a couple of hours till she gets in since she's doing the full marathon. So I am just going to change out of these sweaty clothes, and I will take it back inside for a wrap up. Here we go. And there you go. So just a quick look back at everything that happened over the course of the weekend. As you saw, I was definitely not pushing that pace because my finish time of, I believe, 2:47 is nowhere near my fastest time ever. But again, I just wanted to take my time and enjoy myself, because if you've ever run the Little Rock Marathon course, the course support is phenomenal. There are so many things to see and things to experience, and it's just a great race. Everybody really gets into whatever the theme is for the year. You'll see lots of people dressing up for it, which I did as well. And I just really highly recommend this race if you've not had a chance to run it before. They have everything from 5K, 10K, half and full marathon, and they also have kids races as well. And as you can see, they don't skimp on those medals. The medal that I had is the second largest medal that they give out. The biggest medal that they give out is the ginormous full marathon medal. This year, since the theme was dinosaurs, each race had a different dinosaur to represent it. As you saw, the Triceratops was the one for the half marathon. Full marathon was a T-Rex. So really all out on the theme, and amazing medals as usual. And keeping up with another tradition on the course, just before you turn the last curve running into the finisher chute, you will hit the lipstick stop, and that is where they are giving out different shades of lipstick if you would like to freshen up your look for those finish line photos. So this is another fun tradition that they have at the marathon. As I mentioned earlier in the video, they did have to start the full and half marathon 2 hours earlier than planned. We were originally going to start at 8 in the morning. That's the usual start time, but because of higher than expected temperatures in Arkansas, they were going to make sure that they had as many people off the course as possible before it started hitting around 70 to 72 degrees. So we had to start earlier. The early start moved from 6 o'clock to 5:30. All the other races started at 6 o'clock. And as usual with Southern races, you can try and beat the heat, but you cannot escape the humidity. We did have a lot of humidity, which turned into a light drizzle for most of the time that I was out on the course. It did dry up towards the later part of the day. As usual, the course did have some ups and some downs. Most of the bigger hills are in the second half of the full marathon, so didn't really have to contend with a whole lot of hills during any part of the half marathon. So that is something to consider if you were going to run a race here. Everyone that I was meeting with stayed around to cheer for everybody. We stayed and cheered until all of our half marathon runners were off of the course. We took a little break and then came back to cheer for our friend who was finishing the full marathon course, and even stayed beyond that because we were starting to hit the point of the marathon where they were starting to break things down, and we had the last few people that were coming across the line, and we understood how important it was for us to be able to cheer on those people who had just been through a 6.5, 7-hour marathon. We knew that they were tired, maybe feeling a little discouraged, and we wanted to give them that last pick-me-up as they crossed the finish line. So we were there dressed up, holding signs, cheering for them, screaming for them. As you can hear, my voice is not completely back a day later, but that was absolutely one of the most rewarding experiences, was just being there at the finish line and cheering for people. So if you have a race that's going on in your area and you're not going to run it, please consider going to the finish line and staying to the bitter end to cheer for people, because they honestly really do need and appreciate it. But let's talk a little bit about the swag that you get at the race. First of all, let's take a look at the race bib. This was mine. Obviously, each different race has a different color, so it was red for half marathon. As I was out there on the course, red for half marathon, yellow for full marathon, and purple for full marathon with an early start. It also helps you easily see what pace group that you belong in. And yes, they have pace groups from Boston qualifying times all the way up to an 8-hour marathon. We are one of the few races, I believe, in the US that has an 8-hour pace group. So if you are kind of worried about your time or anything like that, this is a good one to go to for your first marathon. If you are worried about making a cutoff, this one lets you go as long as 8 hours out on the course. Another thing that you will get in your bib pickup is a commemorative poster for every year that follows the theme. Obviously, we have a dinosaur theme this year, so this was designed by Hobbit Singleton, and she is in charge of the training program for the Little Rock Marathon. So if you sign up for the marathon or the half, then they do have a training plan for you. If you are in the Central Arkansas area, you can always meet up to run the training plan with people, or she just sends out the information so that you can run it on your own wherever you are. Next up is the race shirt. This is the half marathon shirt. As you can see, the half marathon was represented by the Triceratops. Full marathon was a light blue t-shirt with a T-Rex on it. I can't remember what color the 5K shirt was, but I know that the 10K shirt was gray with a Brachiosaurus on it, and I know that the kids' t-shirts were orange. And of course, what everybody really runs these races for are these amazing medals. As you can see, they go with glitter every year. Gotta have the glitter to make it even shinier. So there is the Triceratops that you have for representing the half marathon, sublimated ribbon with the half marathon finisher on it. So this is super heavy, guys. I mean, it's super heavy. And then of course you have the giant medal for the full marathon. So if medals are your thing, Little Rock Marathon and Half Marathon is definitely the way to go if you really want a showstopper piece for that medal rack. Overall, really happy with how the race went. It felt good despite all the humidity and for having to get up so early. It felt nice to not put any kind of pressure on myself. I really did enjoy this race. And again, this race has such a fun atmosphere. So this is definitely one that you're going to want to check out if you haven't before. So that is my wrap up of the 2024 Little Rock Half Marathon. What did you think? Is this one that you would consider running or one that you have run before? Why don't you let me know down in the comments below? While you're there, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it keeps you up to date on all the running content I have coming out all the time, including another half marathon that I am running in just 2 weeks. You could also give this video a big thumbs up. Both of those get me out to more runners just like you. You can also follow me on social media. All the links are down in the description. You can find me across all platforms under the name Running Geek Girl. Thanks so much for watching. I'm so glad you could be here. Remember to laugh hard, run fast, and be kind. I will see you later.